You are probably asking, is that a demon Fang? Had I lost my mind? In Albion Online, there's over 150 weapons to choose from. A bunch of these could be considered S-tier meta choices, while others are so useless that even the devs have forgotten they exist. But I'm here to ask the important question: what if there's a hidden gem amongst them? After all, just a month ago, nobody expected the Lightcaller to be any good in solo PvP. And look at it now! A broken S-tier meta choice. Here are the rules for the challenge. I pick a useless weapon, I cook a build with it, and I keep trying it until I get at least one fair IP kill in lethal content. First weapon, Glaive. This is a spear and you can use its E to yeet your opponent behind you. There used to be a kidnap comp in like 5v5 Hellgates where the Glaive would kidnap a player, throw them behind to the rest of the team, which would then clap them instantly. Of course, in solo you have no team to finish this combo, so it's kinda useless. Or is it? I'm thinking, what if instead of throwing your opponents to your team, you could throw them into traps or mobs in like corrupted dungeons or Avalonian roads? Let's test it out. Now, the most obvious problem with this strategy is that once your opponents realize what you're up to, they may just refuse to fight you anywhere near traps. As this Daybreaker in here does, they refuse to come near me. One solution is to start the fight nevertheless, like without the traps, and take a few unfavorable hits. Like I did here, they threw a potion on me, which means if I kite back now and reset, they will completely waste their Smuggler's Cape, so now they have to follow me. I finally hit them towards the trap, but it's unpredictable, it doesn't hit them. The E also has an interrupt, which could come in handy in here, but unfortunately it's still on cooldown for me. But it works the second time. This is what I wanted to happen. Unfortunately it's probably too late for me to win this, but it was much more close than I anticipated. That gave me motivation to keep trying, and I stick with it for much longer than I originally planned. And that's because it was just so much fun. Nice! I don't know, I haven't had this much fun in corrupted dungeons since I can't even remember. Yeah, it's difficult to land, especially if your opponents realize what you're up to, but when you land it, it's just so satisfying. Do note that sometimes you don't find traps, but like leading your opponents to mobs can be just as effective. If not for the actual damage the mobs do, then at least for the psychological one, because it's not just you, everybody hates to fight inside mobs, like this makes people nervous. But yeah, is this the next secret meta? Probably not, but it's really fun and I recommend you to try it. If you're not convinced, then let me treat you to a very short montage. Oh, close one. Next weapon is the Demon Fang. This is a dagger. Its E has 3 charges and it does big damage. If you manage to hit all 3 charges, you will deal about as much damage as Death Givers do if they hit both of theirs. Although on the 3rd charge you also damage yourself. So that sounds like worse Death Givers, but there are some benefits, technically. First of all, the E is AoE, so that means you can get people out of their undead capes pretty nicely. Second of all, your E does not rely on the stacks you have, so you can just open with your E. The Demon Fang leaves your offhand free, so you can cook more builds with it. The Demon Fang is cheaper than Death Givers, and it's a bit better at PvE, so you get more stacks more quickly in Abyss. Also, it's also a bit less mana thirsty. Does this justify the mobility you lose and also the fact that you keep hitting yourself with it? I'm skeptical, but let's test it out. First fight was against the Bow of Badon. Daggers are amongst the best brawlers in the game when on the first queue, but bows will not brawl with me, so I go on the second queue to get more mobility. Oh, nice! I'm happy that I baited them into chasing me, but I popped my Guardian helmet too early. If I waited until I walked from their E, it would deny it almost completely. They keep using their mobility to catch me, which I'm actually happy about because it means they give up their space for free. Unfortunately, I missed my W here, but the moment they come back to me, I turn back on them. The fact that a kiter would be this close to me means they completely disrespect the Demon Fang because nobody takes this weapon seriously. Here you can see the biggest drawback of this weapon. It's not that easy to land 3 E's. Sometimes you don't even get to land your second one. Here I waited with my Guardian helmet until I was out of the E, which was the correct play, because now I purged the damage over time. Unfortunately, I get ratted here, which is the reality of the mists. That's what happens. But it wasn't too bad for the first try, so I was excited to keep trying. You can see I'm running Guardian Helmet with my build. That's because Guardian Helmet purges all damage over time effects that you have on you, including the ones that you cast on yourself. So yes, you can purge the damage you receive from your third E, which means you can cast all 3 E's without receiving much damage. I'm also enjoying the fact that I don't have to run Sandals, and instead I can be on Rejuvenating Sprint or some of the good shoes basically. Because on Death Givers I would get mana problems, and with Demon Fang I get them eventually, but not as fast. He'll have his shoes before me. Come on, I know you have your shoes. Come on, come on, come on. Pop them, pop them. Pop your shoes, bro. Ideally, I'd like to use the Guardian helmet while in the fight, so that I actually have a helmet, because if I just keep using it to purge my own debuffs, I'm playing without the helmet basically. Marco Cape! Also, I still receive part of the E damage, because all spells have global cooldown, so it's not possible to press your helmet instantly after pressing your third E. I killed myself. best weapon ever. Anyway, I kept trying for some time, but I was just donating sets. Yeah, I did win some fights, but not any like good ones. Either I had some great advantage or my opponent did some big mistake, like dismounting on top of me or something like that. But then, finally, I met this absolute chat. What even is this? This guy was cooking with a Hoarstfrost stuff, which is one of the weapons I actually wanted to try in this video. Now I don't have to. A Hoarstfrost stuff is, I don't know, is it even used anywhere? Maybe in ZVZs as a dev tank, but it only works if the opponent's Zerg doesn't have a Knight helmet. Bro is cooking. This guy was using its E as a mobility tool to help with kiting, so that's creative. Of course, it only works against melee weapons, and like, it is completely strictly worse than any other Frost staff, I feel, because other Frost staffs like Chillhow have both mobility and also damage on the E. This only has a mobility. Bro is actually cooking. But I'm very happy to see someone actually attempting it. It's so much fun. We kept resetting the fight a few times, but this is the last one we had. But yes, this is what you get on this channel. And you think you're gonna see another Deadgivers versus Chillhow fight? Nope. Here we get Demon Fang versus Hoarstfrost. Are you not entertained? Well, I certainly was. So I was able to dodge his one-shot combos. And then I kept kiting until I had my cooldowns back and I was able to catch him somehow. So now I'm waiting for my Shadow Edge. I missed it, so another 15 seconds of kiting until I get my next Shadow Edge. Or until he closes the distance. But finally, just before the mist closed, I managed to hit all my Shadow Edges and win this fight. Which means I've completed the challenge and am now free of this cursed weapon. Nice! I am free! Dobby is free! Dobby has given himself a sock. Apparently this guy streams sometimes, so I haven't seen his stream yet, but I guess it's going to be absolutely goated content. Because anybody who takes Hoarstfrost stuff to mists know how to have fun and cook interesting stuff, so looks like great content. Go show him some love. As for my verdict regarding the Demon Fang, I believe this weapon gets completely mocked by Deadgivers. Like, it felt like playing the worst version of DGs. Like, I don't see a good reason for picking this over Deadgivers. Oh, I don't have it. I don't have it. Ah, up. At least not in solo mist. Maybe in like depths it can make sense where the PvE is a factor. Anyway, just as I was finishing this, Mr. Ping released a video where he actually cooked with the Demon Fang. He went with a standard Deadgiver's build on Assassin Shoes. He made it look good, so maybe there are some... maybe there's like some argument which I missed. But yeah, to me it seems like this is worse Deadgivers. Anyway, thank you for watching all the way till the end. Let me know if you'd like me to try with any more weapons.